Hello, welcome to Stampede Racecast, episode 5 of 2020. I am host Chain Graboid, not alongside co-host Chris, but I'm joined by guest and current Stampede Racing experience points leader Cheese. How are you this evening?
I'm pretty good right now. Feeling on the world top of points. Consistency is key. So yeah, pretty good.
Right on. Hold on, let me just try to figure out a lobby for this thing here. That's fine. Um, a quick disclaimer. As of now, we stream directly through Xbox, so the connection won't always be consistent. Apologies for the audio if it ever becomes laggy. But Cheese, you were very close to getting your first win of the season at Talladega. Why don't you take everyone through that finish?
Well, it really started with a great strategy by my teammate Chris. He really helped me and him at the end, just be me and him because we took less fuel than the rest of the field. So coming to the end, it was a side by side, and I decided to door check my teammate, not wreck him, destroy him, but make him lose his momentum, and my teammate murdered me at the end, and
Uh,
it kind of cost me for the lead and the win really badly.
yeah, I seen that. You still got second though. You haven't won in Stampede Racing in a year now. What track do you see yourself breaking the drought?
Well, damn. What tracks? There's Sonoma, Charlotte, and then there's Indy. It's gonna be a while, unless my teammate Chain Graboid or Rushy don't somehow show up for Sonoma, so Sonoma's probably my best shot if in this quarter to win, to be honest.
Um, Chris said that he's gonna join us here in a minute. Um, After the Talladega race, you find yourself leading quarter one points. How confident are you in the quarter one title?
Sonoma, I feel pretty confident if Rushy doesn't show up. But Charlotte is where I'm getting iffy. I'm confident as all hell in Sonoma because no offense to J. Paul and all of them, I've never seen them really do well. Besides Rushy, Chain, but Chain he's been sandbagging the team, so I can't. He's no competition in this quarter, so it's really Rushy that I'm scared of.
Funny guy over here. Um, Even though you haven't had a win yet in 2020, I would like to go over some numbers real quick. Last season, your average finish was 5.5. Not bad. But this season so far, your average finish is 3.2. And the competition, I would like to point out, is a lot stronger this year than it was last year. It was, in my opinion. Do you feel like this could be the start of your most successful season?
Well, if I still have that horseshoe somewhere, it's still in my ass. I feel like I have a good shot.
All right, well, we'll get back to questions for you if Chris has any. But right now, I want to go ahead and talk about Talladega and review that race. What did you think of it personally?
Really good race. There were some points where there was almost a caution, but we all gathered up. It was a really fun race. I think, not to toot your horn, your Graboid package was really good. It made the racing really intense and fun.
I felt the same way. I felt like the package really opened up the outside lane. It I don't know. I always hated how people are scared to go up there, rightfully so, because this game really isn't designed for. Well, I wish it wouldn't load me onto that car in pit road every time. But this game really isn't designed for multi-lane racing. Hopefully that'll change. But yeah, I felt the race in general was really good. Mine ended fairly quickly. but the I think I was there for 2 stages, right up until the end of the second stage. It was pretty smooth. 1 second. Chris is joining us here a little late. But man, the racing was really good. I probably said that 9 times. I apologize. But the Graboid package, we seem to have gotten a lot of positive feedback after the Talladega race on Graboid package 2.0. Are you excited personally now for plate tracks because of the
I've
package?
been, like since the package, like even from the original one, it made plate racing really fun. You can make some aggressive moves to get to the front. Like I was in the back, was in the back, and thanks for the graboid, I was able to go to the high line, make some moves, and then opening on the inside, I can make moves. Like I can make moves anywhere on the track because of it. It's really good.
Yeah. Um, I designed it, so I really don't have a whole lot to say on the matter. I'm a little biased probably, but I'm glad everybody seems to be enjoying it. I put out a poll on Twitter, and I think 20 people voted on it. That had to have been some viewers, some drivers. Uh, but everybody, I think 2 people might have said it doesn't feel any different, but nobody disliked it. So a lot of positive feedback on Graboid Package 2.0. Hey, Chris, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, sorry I'm late tonight. I forgot.
It's all good. Uh, I asked some questions to Cheese, and we talked about Talladega. Do you have any questions that you want to ask Cheese?
No, I don't. It was fun working together. It was fun separating from the pack. I'm trying to remember some things here. It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, we got away from the pack. Do what?
Your audio's in, right?
Yeah. We got way out from the pack and got the race. Just the 2 of us there at the end, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, it's a good race.
Also, whenever you get a chance, just let me know that the stream is running smoothly. So you liked the race. We talked about the package. Everybody seemed to enjoy that. So real quick, I'll go over race results. Chris ended up winning that race, and Cheese got second. Billman, strong finish for him. He got 3rd there. Q Dog, also a strong finish. Q Dog got that top 5. And I know Q Dog wanted me to mention to you, Chris, that you said he wouldn't get a top 5 this season. I forget which episode, but he wanted me to point out and dig it in that he got a top 5.
Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy. Hey, if me talking a little bit of shit about somebody lit a fire under their ass, that's a good thing. Not a bad thing.
That's true.
I like Q Dog. He's a great guy.
And let me finish the running order first. Cole got 5th. Baritone got 6th. Trey got 7th. J. Paul got 8th. Winding got 9th. Girth finished 10th. Texas Alexis finished 11th. Mr. Slide Job P12. Creepy P13. Myself P14. Master Killer 15th. NYM trial period driver finished P16. We did not have any DNFs at Talladega. Real quick, I wanted to point out that I finished 14th basically due to my own stupidity, and I wiped out Master Killer and took him down with me. So, Master Killer, if you ever managed to come across this clip, I apologize for ruining your day. And I mean, I thought we'd be fine. You know, we went a lap down at the end of stage 2, and I'm thinking, man, it's Talladega. All we got to do is wait for the field to wipe out, which brings me to my next point. No cautions. Not one
Let me
caution
tell you something.
at Talladega.
That race, the way it was going to run, was set up at the end of stage 2 because A bunch of people decided not to save fuel and to make it, to just make a pit stop. But the game isn't quite like real life where the pit stops take a little longer, whatnot. So you lose a lap when you pit, basically. Or you come out just in front and the leaders draft right to you. So basically when you lose a lap, it's not like real life where there's like a big gap, you stay on the lead lap. And so at the end of stage 2, a bunch of cars ended up lapped because a bunch of us had saved fuel. That's how it's set up for me and Cheese to even be able to win that race. Our strategy started right there. We stayed out. We saved the fuel. I think Q Dog was right there. So that strategy for us to finish well began at the end of stage 2, and the fact that we didn't have any yellows in stage 3 never bailed you guys out.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it after we took the checkered and no cautions. I don't think I've ever done a league race at Talladega, even shorter races than what we did. There was always cautions. And I'm curious, what do you guys think the
I
reason
loved it.
might be, other than
I
the
loved
fact
it,
that,
dude.
driver ability? I liked it too. I mean, it's
The
remarkable.
cars.
I wish I
handle
had
more.
one.
The cars handle
Yeah, I felt
better
the
on
same.
this
I
game.
thought the trucks were a lot easier to control than, like, say, the Cup car.
But I just think it's all of us. That was not our first plate race all running together, and so everybody kind of saved fuel. So when you're saving fuel like that, nobody's really trying to get out of line. Like, you were there, we were all there. Coming to the end of stage 2, there was a group of us saving fuel, and there was a group of us that wasn't. But there was more people saving fuel to make it than not, so we all were just content to ride in that line, leaving a gap, trying to just run part throttle. I know I sat in third running 30-40% throttle for probably 7 or 8 laps in a row. Not even trying to pass, just trying to be there. And then in stage 3, Cheese and I, again, when the green flag stops happen, you always lose a couple guys. So every green flag stop that happened made the pack a little smaller and a little smaller. And right before the last pit stop, I think there was 5 of us in the lead pack, 5 or 6. And Cheese and I had saved enough gas because we weren't leading, and I was still saving gas. I think Cheese was too. He was running right behind me. So we only needed like 2 or 3 laps of gas at the end, so we could take less gas than anybody else too, which gave us the huge gap. And the pack split up anyway, so Cheese and I ended up with a huge gap just by mere fact of saving gas.
Yeah, and it also helped a couple of guys got speeding penalties right there.
Yeah,
at the
people
end.
got speeding penalty. I mean, just whatever happens in a green flag stop, just you always lose a couple guys.
Yeah. Hopefully they narrow that down too. I'm tired of these multiple second deficits. But yeah, that's everybody that was there at Talladega. You might run into each other every now and then or piss each other off, but if we can get through an entire race without having a yellow, that says something about the group of guys we have right now. And I mean, getting through Talladega with no cautions, y'all should be proud of yourself. We also had some penalties to hand down. Even though there were no cautions, there was still plenty of action there because we handed down 3 on-track related penalties. Starting with Creepy, who was placed on probation for 3 races, lost 1 safety point for causing damage to another car in qualifying. Mr. Slide Job was placed on probation 3 races, lost 1 safety point for throwing extremely dangerous blocks on the field. I was placed on probation for 3 races and lost 1 safety point for wiping out said guy who blocked the field.
Hot loser.
And we had 1 off-track penalty that went to Chris for failing to meet my strict guidelines on custom cars.
Double loser.
And let me just go ahead and say I'll get that same penalty next week. Thank you very much.
Careful, it's double.
It's all right. It's the last time I drive a custom car this year. Let me put this out there. Donnie designed the car. I did exactly what he said as far as the design goes, and then he gonna give me a penalty.
You have to put it.
Garbage.
You have to have it inspected.
Garbage. I
Didn't have
am.
it inspected.
Hey, I am a league official. My inspection should be all it needs.
Nope. Nope. Which, by the way, one of those penalties, Creepy got one for damaging a car during qualifying. We have a new rule to discuss, thanks to feedback from Baritone and Chris. After that incident, they were the cars involved. From now on, when you are damaged by another driver during single car qualifying, you are permitted to pit on the opening lap to only repair damage. You are not allowed to service the car other than to make repairs. However, in order for you for your qualifying lap to count, you must record the last 30 seconds once your car stops in its pit box to prove you only repaired damage. So there you guys go. I know a couple of you, plus others, other people voice their opinion about that too. But I think Talladega, especially with aerodynamics being so much of a key in qualifying, and the fact that there was a chance you'd sit out of the race because of damage. Now we got something to prevent that. So
Yeah, I was happy about that because I was the one who was going to miss the show if as the slowest qualifier because of my damage. That's a good call.
all right, now we'll go to the Truck Series points after Talladega. Baritone is still leading. He has 36 points. Billman has 29. He's in second. So 7-point gap for Baritone. Do you see this gap decreasing at all? Billman did finish third at Talladega. I don't remember where he finished in the stages. But he seems to be running
not.
well.
Probably
Not well enough to beat Baritone. All right. Girth, he's running third in those points. He's only got 15. And those are the only 3 guys running for truck points right now. So the experience points, however, our new top 6, this seems to be shuffling frequently. Cheese is now the points leader in the experience. He's got 75 points over second place J. Paul, who only has 73. So 2-point gap. And we've only got 2 races left this quarter. And then right behind J. Paul, 4 points behind him, Baritone sits with 69 points. 4 points behind Baritone sits Rushy with 65. And then we jump down to Q-Dog in 5th, who's got 49. I don't think he's got a shot at that quarter win at this point. I think fourth on down, well, 5th on down is just set. 6th is Chris, 48 points. Obviously, you have a shot to beat Q-Dog in the quarter, which, might I say, Q-Dog, if you beat Chris, that's some more bragging rights for you. Just a little. Because you did have the... No, you... That's right. Chris had the incentive program. Q-Dog didn't. So Q-Dog is outperforming you, even though you had incentive.
I did miss a race. I sat out.
Did miss a race. That's true.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Right there.
Yep.
And John Andretti.
And John Andretti. I don't know. What do you guys think? I like this little toss here with Cheese, J. Paul, Baritone. They're only separated by 6 points. And if you want to go an extra 4 points, the top 4 is only separated by 9 points. Rushy being the 4th place car. 2 more races. We got Sonoma and Charlotte. Do you think You think Cheese might be able to wrap this one up?
I don't know. At a road course, Donnie, you're probably going to make some noise this week. Nick's going to be good. Cheese has gotten better at road courses. I've gotten better at road courses. But as far as, man, if Nick is there, Nick will be tough.
Yep. But that's 9 points from Cheese. No, 10 points from Cheese, sorry.
I don't think that's
I
a
don't
big
know,
enough
Cheese.
gap for me. I don't know. That's
He might be able to reel you in at Sonoma, but when it comes
Charlotte's
to
where I'm
Charlotte, you guys might be
scared.
back on even playing ground. So it's going to be
Well,
really close.
J. Paul ain't, because he has something we don't. He's on a new level.
Well,
So
I think you extend your lead at Sonoma. So you're going to have to really lean on Sonoma to not have to worry about J-Paw as much at Charlotte.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough.
It
Tough.
looks like it'll. I wish I was part of it, but I can't stay out
Sandbag McGee over there.
I can't stay out of
Loser.
the back.
Yeah, we did a crew chief swap before Talladega. All of a sudden, I had the strategy.
I guess. Since we're talking about Sonoma, we'll go ahead and talk about our predictions. Cheese, Chris, who do you guys think is going to win at Sonoma?
Nick.
It's gonna be pretty good if Nick shows up. I don't know. I know someone who's gonna do well. Hopefully, that's my pick. Who's someone's gonna do well because he's been doing well pretty late. He's been surprising a lot, but I don't think he's gonna win. Like the person I'm saying who's gonna do well is Q Dog. But the person
Q
I
Dog
think
won't get a top 10. Q Dog won't even be in the top 10.
he's gonna be in the top 5, I say.
And I
And
know
with
Q
the
Dog,
winner-
you're listening. I'm keeping that flame. It's sitting right under you, man. Come on.
I don't know. It's gonna be I think it's gonna. It's hard because it's between Rushy or Chain, or unless Chris pulls something, out of But I want to say my teammate Chain. I feel like you break the drought.
I won't have anything for those two.
After the performance I've put in lately, I just hope I get a top 3. I want to go out and win. I know I have a good shot at winning at Sonoma. I feel really comfortable with the road races. But, man, Rushy picked it up real fast in the trucks last season. And he was kicking ass. Had it not come down to fuel, he might have won that race. So, he's going to be a real threat there.
And that's where my points go down.
Cheese, you already picked Q-Dog. What about you, Chris? Who do you think's going to perform well but not win the race?
You.
Right on. I feel it. I might have to agree with Chris again. I agree I'll perform well, but I won't win. Now, I think we already have Chris's poor performance picked out, but just in case no one heard, Chris, who do you think is going to perform poorly?
Q-Dog.
Q-Dog's going to perform poorly. Cheese?
How he is at road courses, I'm gonna say J. Paul is gonna perform poorly.
J. Paul to perform poorly at Sonoma. So, did I pick? I don't think I picked. Cole said he might not be there, so I won't pick him.
Dang.
Let's see.
Poor Cole.
I'm gonna say. Oh, yeah, that's. I'm gonna go triple Trey. I don't think he's gonna run that well.
Damn, you just put him under a bus again.
Yep.
Dang.
I'm gonna pick Trey. I don't think he runs that well. Man, there's something
You
I
hate
wanted to
Trey,
bring.
don't you?
Speaking of Trey, you know, we have a we have a tweet out there. If it gets 100 retweets, Trey gets to go on trial period for a race. So
Do not retweet it.
do not retweet it.
Wait, is he in the league already? I'm confused.
He is in the
Yeah.
league.
Everybody retweet
Triple
it.
Trey.
Get him on trial period, then we
Everybody.
can get him kicked out. I gotta retweet that tweet.
All right. This show's gonna go by pretty quick. We've only got one more topic to discuss, and we'll close it out. But the National Series points going into Sonoma. Cheese, you're leading that. You got 19 points over Q-Dog, who has 13. Trey is third with 6 points. Jeldwin, he doesn't really race anymore. I don't think he's going to be here much longer. He's fourth with 4 points. Master Killer, fifth with 1 point. How do you guys feel on the National Series Championship? We've got 7 races left, including Sonoma, in the National
I feel like
Series
somebody's gonna win it,
Championship.
Riley.
I feel like it's gonna be
Somebody.
me because
I'd hope it'd
Um,
be somebody.
I think it's gonna be me. I hate to say it, but no offense to the rest of the people in the national series, but when it comes down to road courses, I feel like I'm better. I feel like that could
You
give
know
me
what
a
I
big
feel
old
like?
boost.
I feel like Cheese just put a kick me sticker on the back of his car.
But I feel like
Yeah.
Q Dog's gonna give me a run. I feel like he's gonna be up there. He's been really consistent. He's shown speed, but I feel like Q's gonna do well. I think he can give me a run for the national points.
I guess it really comes down to track. Q-Dog seems to be putting a lot of focus into SRL here lately. I think a lot to do with what Chris has been putting under his ass, but which is good. I want I want the focus to be on SRL. I think that's cool. But yeah, it's gonna be. I think Cheese is gonna be tough to beat when it comes to this national title. I'll probably just pick Cheese when it comes down to the championship. But like I said, we're about to have our second race out of the 8. Still plenty of time, but no room for error either.
I want to bring up something as well. At the start of the season, Chris said I wouldn't be in the top 6 for running for the championship. And look where I'm at now. Leading the points. Trying to prove that man wrong. He felt like there'd be
Everybody's
too
trying
much
to prove me wrong.
competition.
Chris, when are you gonna start
But-
talking shit about me?
Shut up, loser.
It's like a fucking it's like a rite of passage, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, Chris talks shit about you," then they go out and start running well. So, guess I'll stay away from Donnie. Nobody wants Donnie to run well, so.
Come on,
Shut up, loser.
give me a bone.
Nope.
Chris said he passed a golden horseshoe to me, Chain, and I enjoy it. Kinda enjoy it right now.
Whatever. I'm sure I'll find him
Sandbagger.
Well, I don't know. Should we talk about the situation from Talladega before we close it out?
What situation?
The rivalry.
Nah.
Oh,
Nah.
there's not much of a rivalry to begin with.
On the SRL YouTube this week, Donnie's going to put up the finish to Talladega if he hasn't already. Just getting that out there. Me and Cheese coming
I
to
can
the
do that.
line.
Chris wrecking me, yeah.
Chris wiping him out.
Hey, listen, we could have done it clean. It could have been clean. But he was like, no, let's get rough. So he wanted to get rough, and so I got rough.
Oh, you destroyed me. All I did was a pat on the ass. You were like, you freaking slammed me, man. I thought I didn't do that bad, but it's okay.
It was hard
Alright,
enough to
well-
knock me down onto the apron.
Oh, that was the goal.
So I just swung back. That's all I did.
hopefully,
I got a nice big
you
swing
know,
too.
and I would like to point out, as a team owner, when I heard about my car wrecking another one of my cars to win the race, I was the opposite of mad. I want to see more shit like that. I encourage that. Like, hell yeah, they don't. My teammates are here to win the race, and they don't care who you are. Yes, I encourage more of that. Just don't wreck me.
Well,
please.
now I know when me and you are racing. Take your ass out. Just-
Hell yeah, wipe 'em
I
out.
prefer to just do it clean. Whatever happens, happens. But I mean, I can play the other way too. It's fine. I usually
Well,
let the
But I
other
make
driver
sure
decide how we like
I
to play.
race the other way, Chris, for you, so I don't get cleaned out next time. So
lesson to anyone out there who decides to race Chris for the win. Just know, if you decide to cross that line, you might get smashed into the fence.
I have no problems going across that line, but I'm not going to be the one to take it there.
It can be it can be entertaining to cross that line.
it's not
But once
entertaining
it
when you're the
once
one.
it
You're
goes
the
there,
victim.
I am not responsible for what happens to your race car.
I can
It's a good thing you wiped your
say
teammate out
that.
and not somebody who'd be real butthurt about it.
I don't care who it was. It wasn't my teammate at that time. It was the car I was trying to beat.
It's true. He's got a point. Got to get every point. And, them perma points help out a lot. So, Jesus desperate.
I'm just here to
and
win
you-
this
and
quarter,
you
so I
said,
don't
"Nope,
need to worry about perma points.
not losing like that." All right, well, I know this is a little shorter than normal, which is fine. But follow the Twitch channel, Stampede Racing League, no spaces, to catch us live on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to keep up with future episodes of Stampede Racecast. If you enjoyed
And
tonight's
that video.
episode,
That video that's coming out this week.
right, anything Stampede Racing related that gets posted. If you enjoy tonight's episode or any of the videos, and want to help out, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up.
subscribe. Yeah,
Hey, I
subscribe
got
to
a challenge.
this
I got a
loser.
challenge for everybody watching. When Donnie puts that video up at the finish of Talladega, if it gets over 150 views by Sunday night, I'll make sure Nick doesn't show up to Sonoma.
Please do it. I'm gonna make 150 freaking accounts.
We got 2 challenges out there. We got Trey out there who's biting his nails because he might get put back on trial period for a race. And now you challenge everybody to make sure rushing. I don't know. I don't want that one. I like when he shows up.
No, I want that one.
I like the competition.
No. Come on. Wait, you're not. Wait, what? You're not saying I'm competition?
I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I'll post it, but I won't watch it.
You don't think I give you competition?
Anyway, moving on. What did I say? Follow the Twitter page at SR League for everything Stampede Racing. If you have what it takes to join the Stampede, message the Xbox Live profile Stampede Space Racing. Thank you, viewers, for joining us on Stampede Racecast this week. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one.